welcome all of you. We are starting the class number 2 of that pulleys and spring. Here will be pulleys. Okay, and a quick recapitulation we will have of that class number 1. In the class number 1 we had seen that if we have the arrangement of pulleys and string on a plane which is at the 90-degree angle, and here is the mass m1 attached to that surface and m2 mass is hanging, it is not attached to the surface. So the problem was saying us that the mass of the block m1 and m2 was given to us, and that block 2 was accelerating downward, and we had assumed that our pulley will be massless, frictionless, and it will be fixed. It is not moving. Okay, it is fixed, massless and frictionless. String is inextensible and surface is also frictionless. So this we had the problem which was given to us. So in that problem we had seen that since that string is inextensible, the length of the string is not going to change. So suppose this mass m2 is coming x2 distance, so the mass m1 will move that x1 distance, so this distances should be same. Isn't it, student? Since that length of the string is not going to change, so whatever distance mass 2 will travel in downward direction, the same distance it is mass m1 is going to travel in positive x direction. So we will say that our x1 should be equal to what? x2. So when we will differentiate what x1 and x2, this will become what? We will differentiate it with respect to the time, so it will become change in position divided by change in time, or change in that change in distance upon change in length upon change in time, and change in length upon change in time is what? Velocity or speed, you can say, since we are performing the numerical, so we will talk about the magnitude only. So the speeds of that block or velocity of that blocks will become equal. And again when you will differentiate the velocity, so that change in velocity upon change in time will give you what? Acceleration, and we will look that our acceleration will also come same in this case. Okay, so that whatever acceleration that mass m2 will accelerate in downward direction, with the same acceleration mass m1 will accelerate in that positive x direction. This we have proved. Since the length of the string is not changing, it is inextensible. And also we had seen that we will say that tension T1 will be equal to our T2. What? The same tension it is going to act on that string. Okay? Same tension will act, since that here is only one string which is attached to mass m1 and m2. That mass m1 and m2 are attached by the same one string, so the tension in that same string will be same. So T1 will be also equal to T2. And question was saying to us to find the acceleration and tension. Find the acceleration and tension of the block 1 and block 2. So we had made that free body diagram of mass 1 m1 and mass m2. Mass m1, that force due to the gravity, that weight will act in the downward direction. Due to the contact, normal will act perpendicular to the contact surface, and the tension T1 is acting here and it is accelerating in that positive x direction. So when were we that resolving it in x direction? When were we resolving it in x direction? We were looking that here is direction, student, and okay, direction in x, y direction. When we were resolving, we were looking that in y direction no acceleration is present. Okay, in y direction the block is not accelerating, so acceleration is 0. So that Newton's first law will come there, and by applying the Newton's first law, that our normal reaction will become equal to that weight of that body. Okay, so that m1 will be equal to m1g. And when you look at to the x direction, student, of course in the x direction block is accelerating, and since it is accelerating, so sum of all the forces acting on that body should be equal to what? Mass times the acceleration of the body, Newton's second law. And when you will apply there, this tension is acting here on that block in positive x direction, and it is moving with m1a only, so that only the sum of external forces is nothing but the tension only, and this should be equal to what? Mass times of the acceleration of that block. So mass is m1, acceleration will be a1, and that we have proved that a1 is equals to a2. That suppose we are saying as our equal to a, and t1 is equals to t2, we are saying that is our equal to t. So these expressions these equations we were getting from that FBD of 1, and when were we drawing that FBD of 2? Of course, now only in y directions the forces are present, no forces are present in that x direction, so we will not resolve in that x direction, we will only resolve in that y direction. So along the y direction we will look that weight is acting in the downward direction, tension will come in that upside, no normal is going to come here since no contact is present, and it is accelerating downward. The question is saying us that block 2 is accelerating downward. So when will we resolve it? Okay, m2g minus of t will give us what? m2a by applying Newton's second law. Here we are applying what? Here you can say that first law we are applying. First, here we are applying what? Second law. Here we are applying the second law. Look, student, that first law is that consequence of that second law. Means that we can define, means that when acceleration will become zero, so that means if body is not accelerating, so it will be either at rest or it will move with that constant velocity, so that no external force will act on that, so external force will be equal to zero. But if it is accelerating, so that whatever external forces are acting on that body, the sum of all those should be equal to what? Mass times of the acceleration of the body. Please remember the Newton's laws. Okay, so we will apply that Newton's second law here since it is accelerating. So m2g minus t will give us what? m2 times mass of the acceleration of that body. Okay, so wait, this is equation 1, this is equation 2, this first is not going to come in picture here. So when will we solve it? That we were getting the expression of acceleration is nothing but the m2g weight of that block divided by m1 plus m2. It was that our acceleration, and tension we were getting that m1 m2g divided by m1 and m2. You can perform the solution of that equations by your own self. I have given you in that previous video what is the way of solving all that. So it was our first problem, and when we had moved to the second problem, we were considering the situation like it. Okay. So when we were looking the problem, the problem was saying us that masses of the blocks were given to us. This is m1 and m2. Of course, here that our m2 will be more than m1. Is it? Then only it will accelerate in downward direction. Question is saying, and accelerating block 2 is accelerating downward, so that m2 should be greater than m1. And pulley is frictionless and massless. Okay, pulley is frictionless, massless, and fixed. It is fixed. Okay, it is fixed as well and fixed. And string is inextensible. Okay, so since string is inextensible, okay, so whatever distance the block 2 is going to travel in downward direction, the same distance mass m will travel in up direction, isn't it, student? Because we are talking string is that inextensible only. Now we are talking about the same string, so length will be that same, so that whatever distance that block m2 will travel, the same distance m1 will travel. So our x1 will become equal to what? x2. So when will we differentiate x1 and x2? Of course, that speed will become same, and when we will differentiate speeds, acceleration will become same. Getting? Okay. So that A1 will be equal to A2, and we will say that of that this is something equal to A here. And also student, that T1 whatever that tension is going to act here, tension will be along the string and it will have the pulling effect, and here also that it will be along the string and it will have that pulling effect. So whatever tension will act, that will be also equal to T. Suppose that we are saying as our equal to some small some capital T. Why it is same? Because we are talking about the same string. The block, since the block 1 and block 2 are connected by the same string. So block 1 and block 2 are connected by the same string. So the tension produced in that string will be same. It is not going to change. It can change. Where it will change, I will tell to you. Since we have that considered the massless pulley, that's why. Okay. So find. Question was saying us that find the acceleration and tension of the blocks. Okay, so that we will draw the free body diagram for mass m1. Weight is acting in downward direction. Tension will act in that up direction. It is accelerating. When it will accelerate downward, it will accelerate upside. Isn't it, student? It will accelerate upside. So acceleration will be upside. And you can take any direction as positive. So T minus the upside we have assumed that as our positive. So T minus of M1G will give us what? M1 times A by applying the second law, you can say. Second law we are applying here. And when we will draw the free body diagram of mass M2, weight will act in the downward direction, tension will be in the up direction, it is accelerating downward. So now any direction you will take as your positive. Suppose that downside we are taking as positive. So M2G minus of T will become what? Mass times of the acceleration. We are applying what? Newton's second law. That sum of the external forces should be equal to what? Mass times of the acceleration of the body. Sum of the external forces should be equal to what? Mass times of the acceleration of body. So for body 1 it will be M1A, and for body 2 it will be M2A, since acceleration A1 and A2 are same, and that we are assuming as equal to A only. So when will we solve this equation 1 and equation 2, you will get the expression of acceleration as equal to that M2 minus M1 times G upon M1 plus M2. And here you will look that that tension will come, whatever will be the tension in that string, that will become equal to 2 times of M1 M2 G divided by M1 plus M2. And when we are talking about that pulley, when will we draw? Now our object, we want to know that T prime here. What will be the tension in this string? Isn't it, student? It is the other string about which we are talking. So tension T prime. So for that we will that our body of interest will become this pulley, and when will we draw the free body diagram of this pulley, that action reaction you can say, or the tension will be in that downward direction. For the block M1 tension is in up direction, so of course for this pulley it will be in the downward direction to maintain that action reaction. Or you can say that when are we drawing the free body diagram, so it will have that pulling effect, so it will be in that downward direction. So for this T will here, T will be here for this, T will be here for that. Okay, for M1 and M2, and our T prime will become 2 times of the T. So 2 times of the T means that 2 will multiply here. What will you get? 4 M1 M2 G upon M1 plus M2. So these things we were getting only. It was our 2 problems, and it was the quick recapitulation of all that. Now we shall look for the more and more problems of the strings. You can have the screenshot up to here. Anywhere M1 and M2 I have not written. I think I have written. You can have the screenshot up to here. Now move for one more problem. Here is that problem is given to us from a ceiling that a pulley is fixed, and on it we have a string. 1/8 of that string is connected with that mass m1, and the other end is connected to that mass m2, and we have another mass with this m2 which is connected in this way. M3 is connected to that M2 by some other string. Okay, student. So here we are getting this problem, and we will say that masses of the blocks are given. Masses of the blocks are given. Pulley is massless. We are assuming that massless pulley now. Massless here. Massless, frictionless and fixed. Okay, masses are given. Pulley is massless, frictionless and fixed. And strings are inextensible. In this case, and we want to find acceleration and tensions in the blocks. We want to find this. Okay, student. And one more thing we can assume, that mass m3 is accelerating downward. Okay, so these things are given to us, and these will be given in that problem. That numerical value they can give to you, and can ask the problem. Here we are assuming these things only. Okay. So student, when you will look into this, also when this M3 is going to travel x1 distance, not x1, you can say x3 distance. So M2 will travel the same distance, isn't? Or any other distance it is going to move. So x2, if it is traveling the same distance, it will travel. And of course, whatever distance this x1 is going to travel, that will be also same. Since it is accelerating, our system is accelerating in, pulley string system is accelerating in downward direction. So it will come down and it will move up here. Getting it, student? Of course, this M1 will be less than the sum of this M1 and M2 and M3. So we will say, since blocks will travel same distances, they will travel the same distances. So when they will travel the same distances, of course our x1 should be equal to what? X2 should be equal to what? X3. So when you will differentiate it with respect to the time, dx1 upon dt is equals to dx2 upon dt will be equal to what? dx3 upon d3 dt only. That what are we doing? That differentiating with respect to time. It is what differentiating with respect to time. So what will we get, student? We will get that our velocity of block 1 will be equal to that velocity of block 2 will be equal to what velocity of block 3 here. Is it? Since that they are traveling the same distances, so when will we differentiate? It will become what? Change in distance upon change in time, which will give us what? Speed only. And if we are talking about direction, so change in position upon change in time, velocity will come. 9th class task. Again, when you will differentiate it again, what will you get? That del V1 upon del T should be equal to what? Del V2 upon del T should be equal to what? Del V3 upon del T. You can say again differentiating with respect to time. Of course, student, the double differentiation of that what? Position will give us what? Acceleration. So, here what are we doing? That change in position, change in velocity upon change in time. So, what will we get here? We will get our acceleration. A1 will be equal to A2 will be equal to what? A3. And that we are saying, suppose for the time, that is equal to our A. Okay. And of course, student, when you will talk about the tensions, so suppose here the tension T1 is acting. Tension T1 is acting here. Tension T1 is acting here. So the same string is attached to that mass M2. So the same tension is going to act here. T2 we can say. Oh no, not T2. It will be T1. We are talking about the same tension. We are talking about the same string. So that if it is the tension T1, so here also there will be tension T1, isn't it? We have seen, since we are talking about the same string. And here, of course, tension here it will be different because we are looking to the another string. We are talking about the other string. So here, suppose that tension T2 is acting. Okay, now the string has been changed. So that tension will get changed. So T2 is acting in this direction. And of course, we can say here a tension T3 is acting since it is some other string. So this will be tension. Only here tension T1 will be equal to this T1 since we are talking about the same strings. Please keep these things in your mind. Those who are that looking to my videos, it will be become that easy to you to understand. If you are that watching that and listening my things, so carefully. If you are not listening, don't worry about that. I am also not worried about that. So T1 is here, T2 is here. So this will be only tension, I think. Now I am not going to discuss. Okay, so we have seen these things. Next task will be what? To draw the free body diagram. So when will we draw the free body diagram? So of course M1 for M1 we are drawing the free body diagram and BD of M1. So M1 G, mass times of that acceleration due to gravity, will act in the downward direction, force due to the gravity. That will be equal to what? Weight of that body. And tension T1 is acting in that what? Upside, student, isn't? And block is accelerating block is accelerating upside. Block is accelerating upside. So which law you will apply here? Of course it is accelerating. So by Newton's second law, you will say what? If you are taking upside as your positive, upside as your positive. So that T1, that F external, of course in that y direction, of course in y direction the forces are present. No forces are present in x direction. So F external in y direction should be equals to what, student? Mass times the acceleration of the body. Newton's second law. So F external is what, student? T1. Upside we are taking as positive. Downside we are taking as our negative. So m1g, T1 minus m1g, T1 minus mg. This will be only our external forces acting over here. And that should be equal to what? Mass times the acceleration of that body. Okay? Question number 1. And now we will draw the FBD of what? 2. So when will we draw the FBD of 2? Of course, the weight of that block will act in that what? Downward direction, m2g. And here you are looking that tension T2 is also acting. T2 is also acting in that downward direction. If T2 is, for that T2 is here, so of course a T2 will act here. Action reaction. Getting it, student? T2 will also act for that object of interest is M2, so T2 will be in that downward direction now. And of course that T1 tension is acting in up direction. T1 tension is acting in that up direction, and block is accelerating in downward direction now. Block is accelerating in downward direction. These will be only the forces which are acting only in y direction. No forces are acting in x direction. So we will say that our F external y in y direction, F external in y direction should be what equals to, student? It should be equals to what? M2 times A. Since acceleration is same, and that we are saying what? A only. So F external, with what are the F external acting here? So downside. Now we are saying, suppose now downside as well positive, or you can, any direction you can say as your positive. We are saying that downside is positive. Downside is positive. So downside is positive. So what will you look? That our M2G plus T2, M2G plus T2, T1 is in up direction, so minus T1. These will be only external forces which will act in that y direction, and that should be equals to what? Mass times of the acceleration of the block. So mass is m2. Masses are not same. If mass will be same, no movement will take place. It will not travel any distance if the mass will be same. Masses should be different. So masses of the blocks are given. That is our m1, m2, m3. You can say. And acceleration are coming same, since it will travel the same distance. So our acceleration we are assuming that is equals to our A. So it will be that our expression from that FBD of 2. So this will be equation number 2, you can say. Now what the FBD of 3 will tell. Suppose we are drawing the FBD of mass m3. So for mass m3, that weight will act in the downward direction, m3 g here, and tension T2 will act. Tension T2 will act in upside. T2 will act in that upside. Isn't it, student? no one will draw the normal here, because no contact is present. So many students I have seen that they will draw the normal, and will say you have told this, you have told that. Really listen that, yeah. You will not draw the normal, please. So of course that F external only in y direction that forces are acting, no forces are in that x direction. So we will say that our F external in y direction, sum of that. Now we will say what? Sum of external forces in y direction. Here also we can say sum of the external forces. And what sum? Vector sum. Vector sum of all the forces in any particular direction should be equals to what? Mass times of the acceleration of the body. Okay. So here also we will say that sum of the vector sum of that external forces in y direction should be what? Mass times of the acceleration of that body. So mass is m3, acceleration is same. So we will say A. What are the external forces acting here? That suppose we are saying that downward direction is positive, or this any direction you can say. And also student that our acceleration is in that downward direction which is A. And downside we are taking positive. It is the clever way of doing. Why? Because it is accelerating downward, so we will take that positive. Because so that this expression can become positive. So what downside is positive, so m3g and T2 for this string tension will be different. So T2 will become minus, this would be equal to what? m3 times acceleration of that. Getting it, student? So it will be our equation number 3. Try to understand it. I will give you lot of problems now. It will go to your mind now if you are trying to understand. If you are not trying, it's up to you, student. Now no one is saying you to study these things. These things will make your mind like that you will become mentally disturbed. Okay, so I am not suggesting to study. Those who are interested, want to study, become a scholar, can understand this. Isn't anything wrong is here? You can check if silly mistakes are there, so you can do by your own. Because the idea I have given to you what to do. Now you can take this screenshot here. It is clear right now because when I am going to the board, it is that writing is not coming clear. I think. Now you can take this screenshot and write all the things. So we have reached up to here. Look, student, I am watching that means that it is going blurred here. I think it is not visible when I am writing. I think so. When I am moving from that board, it is because of that reflection of that light. So when I am moving, so you can have the screenshot and can write the things. Only this much of that things I have. When you will go for that defense services, now you will look that what are the in minimum resources means that maximum output there will be not all the facilities from the minimum resources. If you are getting that maximum output, so that will be a officer there. So these equations we were getting. Now we will solve for that acceleration. Okay, first we should solve for that acceleration. So here you are looking T1 and T2 is present. So what is from equation 3? From equation 3, what will we get, student? That our T2 will be equal to what? T2 will be equal to M3G minus of M3A only. Getting? T2 will go this side, M3G minus of M3 A. Okay, and from equation 2, what we will have? T1 will be equal to what? T1 will be equal to M1 times A plus of M1G. Is it? Can look at to these equations. T2 will become M3G minus of M3A. Okay, and T1 will come M1A plus M1G only. So this, suppose we are saying our equation number 2, 3 is here 4 and 5. So putting the value of T1 and T2 from equation 4 and 5 in equation 2. So when you will put in that equation number 2, it will be equal to, it will come out what? M2G. At the place of T2, what will you write, student? It is plus T2. What is T2? M3G minus of M3A and minus of T1. So T1 is what, student? M1A. T1 is what? M1A plus M1G only, and this would be equal to what? M2A. This would be equal to M2A. So this will come out what? M2G plus M3G minus of M3A here. This minus will go inside the bracket. It will become minus of M1A minus of what? M1G. Okay, and this would be equal to what, student? M2A. This would be equal to M2A. Now we will take G common from here. Okay, so when you will take G common from here that G minus of M1 is here and M2 is here. Okay, so M2 plus M3 will come here from this and this. Okay, and G you have taken common, so from here minus of M1 you will get, and this side we will bring out all the other A terms, so it will become M2A plus of M1A, isn't it, student? And plus of M3A. These two expressions we have bring out to the right side. Getting? Anything is left? No one is left. Okay? Now I am going to rub upside. So what are we going to get here? This will become what? If you are taking a G as a common, so it will be M2 plus M3 minus of M1 here. Okay, this will be M2 here, and it should be equal to what? If you take common A, it will be M1 plus M2 plus M3 here, which will give us that expression of acceleration, and that will be equal to nothing but the G times M2 plus M3 minus of M1 divided by M1 plus M2 plus M3. Okay, this will be our expression of acceleration. Once again I can write, A will come also right from here. It is not visible. A will be equal to what? G times the what? m2 plus m3 minus of m1 divided by m1 plus m2 plus m3. Okay. You can have the screenshot up to here. So we are getting these things, okay? So expression of acceleration, we were getting that our acceleration was same for all the block, that was equals to nothing but the m2 plus m3 minus of m1 times g upon m1 plus m2 plus m3 here. Okay, it was the acceleration we were getting here in this case, m2 plus m3 minus of m1g. Okay, now student, what will we do? We will put the value of a here in equation 1 and we'll get the expression for t1. So putting the value of a in equation 1, we are putting the value. So what will we get? Our t1 will become equal to what? m1a, or it will come out, you can say m1g plus m1a, is it? From equation first, look at to this, m1g will come to the right side, so we can write it as m1g plus here m1, in place of a, what can we write, student? m2 plus m3 minus of what? m1 times g upon what? m1 plus m2 plus m3 only. Getting? Now we will solve it. It is the fraction, addition of fraction. So we will take the LCM. What? We will consider the LCM as our m1 plus m2 plus m3. LCM will come out m1 plus m2 m3 and it will get multiplied with that numerator. So it will come out what? m1 square. When this m1 will get multiplied with this, it will come out m1 square g and plus m1 m2g, this multiplied by this, plus m1 m3g here. Okay, and now when you will multiply this plus this will become this multiplied by this plus this will come. So plus here when you will multiply this m1 m2 and this g, okay, plus m1 m3 g, you will get m1 m3 g, you will get, and plus of this m1, not plus, minus of m1 square, minus of this m1 will multiply with this, so m1 square minus times g will come. Getting, student? So you guys will look, minus m1 square g and plus m1 square g will get cancelled out. Okay, and everywhere it is plus, I think. Is the expression okay. And now this m1 m2 is anywhere is present here. It is present m1 and m2, m1 m2. So it will become what? Twice of m1 m2g and plus twice of m1 m3g. Okay, divided by what? m1 plus m2 plus m3 here only. Getting, student? And when we can write it as our equal to implies that our tension T1 will come out. Tension T1 will come out when you will take this 2m1 and m1g. Okay, T2 2m1 if you are taking common, 2m1g if you are taking common, 2m1g can be common in this, so it will become m2 plus m3 here divided by what? m1 plus m2 plus m3. So it will be the expression of that tension T1 here. Getting? Is it coming same? Okay, T1 m2, G is here. Okay. Can I have the screenshot of the I think. So T1 we guys have get, we can write here. So what are the expression of acceleration we were getting? Acceleration we were getting equals to that m2 plus m3 minus of m1 times g divided by minus of m1 divided by m1 plus m2 plus m3 here only, and expression of that T1 was coming equal to, expression of T1 was equal to 2m1 and multiplied 2m1g m1 plus m2, no m2 plus m3 divided by what? m1 plus m2 plus m3. It is 3m3. M3 here only. So it was that expression of the tension T1 we are getting by solving the problem equations. Now we have come to know what is tension T1. Now we shall move for that T2. Okay. So putting the value of A in equation 3 now. So that from there what will you get? T2 will be equal to what? T2 should be equal to m3g and m3g minus of m3a only, student, is it? So this m3g will be in the same way. Again m3 at the place of a, what will you put? This expression. So it will come out m2 plus m3 minus of m1 divided by what? And g will also come m1 plus m2 plus m3 here. Solve it. What will you do? You will say as your LCM m1 plus m2 plus m3. When you will multiply this, what will you get here? m1 m3g you will get, and plus m3 m2g you guys will get, plus this m3 square times g you will get. Minus is here, so minus you can put here, minus m3 m2 times g you will get, minus of this m3 will get multiplied, so m3 square times g you will get, and minus will become plus, so it will come out plus m1 plus m1 m3 g. Getting? And this will get cancelled out, and m3 m2 g will get cancelled out. This will get cancelled out, plus minus, and you will get what, student? Twice of M1 M3G divided by M1 plus M2 plus M3 here. Okay. So we are getting the expression of T2. You can write, you can have this screenshot anywhere in between these things. Now you can solve by your own self. What is the way? Only I am telling. So we are getting the expression of T2. T2 as our equals to what? Twice of M1 M2G divided by M1 plus M2 plus M3 here. Getting it, student? So we have come to know what is tension in that string this and tension in this string. Okay? You can have this screenshot now. Is it visible now? I think. Now I'm going to rub this. Okay. And of course, student, that if you are drawing that FBD of pulley and string, FBD of pulley and string will tell us that whatever tension is here, if when you will cut the string, so tension will have that pulling effect, so it will come out here T1, here is also T1, and a T3 tension is acting in that up direction. Getting, student? And our T3 is nothing but the twice of T1. T3 is what? Twice of T1. So it will come out what, student? Twice when you will multiply to T1, it will become 4 times M1G, 4 times M1G, M2 plus M3 divided by what? M1 plus M2 plus M3. Get it? This will be our expression of tension T3. Task is finished. That's the lesson we have come to know. Tension T1, T2 and T3 we have come to know. Can have this screenshot of you. Look, student, now we will talk about that pulley with mass. Okay. For that, we are assuming that a pulley is here, which is fixed to that ceiling. That our pulley is fixed to that ceiling, and mass M1 is here. Mass M1 is acting here. Mass M1 is acting here, and mass M2 is here. Okay. And of course, this mass M1 we are assuming greater than M2 in this case. So our mass M1 is accelerating in downward direction. Okay, student. So we are assuming the pulley with mass. So we can say let M1 is that mass of block 1, M2 we can say mass of block 2, and MP we can say as the mass of pulley. Okay, right up to here. can say as our mass of pulley. So mass we are assuming here. Look students, when are we talking about this arrangement? So of course, since that length of that string, it is the same string present here, and the length of the string is constant. Length will be inextensible. Okay, string is inextensible. We can say string is inextensible. Okay, string is inextensible. So when the string is inextensible, so of course whatever distance that mass m2 will travel, when this mass m1 is coming down by x1, it is going x2. So since that string is inextensible, so our x1 should be equals to what, student? X2. So when that x1 will be equals to x2, so velocity v1 will be equals to v2, and acceleration a1 will be equal to a2, that we are saying as our a for the time. Getting? We will differentiate it. Again we will differentiate it. That we will get from the distance, differentiation of this distance, velocity, differentiation of velocity, acceleration, change in velocity divided by change in time. Okay, student? So we will get that our acceleration is same in this case. And when are we drawing the FBD of 1? This mass m1 we are assuming. What are the various forces acting? m1g will act in that downward direction. Tension now, student. Look, student, since we have assumed the mass of the pulley, so tension in this case, tension in the at the end where the mass m1 is connected will be different with the end from where that mass m2 is present. Okay, here the tension T1 will act, and here we can say that tension T2 is acting. At this end, at this end T1 will act. It is the same string, still the tension is different. Why it is different? Because of the mass. And when we will look that when we will not assume the mass of the pulley, pulley will become massless, then the tension will come out same. Because of the mass, tension at the ends of the same string will be different. That we will look. Okay, so we will assume the tension T1 here and T2 here. Since we are assuming the mass, so tension will be different at the different end. Okay, so student, here what T1 will act, and it is coming down, accelerating down, so that we can say that our downside is positive. So downside is positive, so m1 times g, okay, m1 times g minus of T1 will become minus of T1. This is external force in y direction, no forces are present in x direction, so this will be equals to what? Mass times of that acceleration of the object, and acceleration is same since the string is inextensible. And when will we look to that mass m2, you can say FBD of m2, when are we drawing that m2g will act in the downward direction, and tension T, whatever the tension will come, that will be different from that other end that we are saying as our T2. Why the tensions are different? Because we are assuming the mass. Okay, and it is accelerating upside, so you can say as your upside as your positive. Any side you can choose, the answer is going to be correct. Okay, so upside you are taking as positive, so you can say T2 minus of m2g will be what? Mass times of acceleration. Acceleration is same. Okay, so this we can say. This is equation number 2, you can say. Equation number 1 and equation number 2. I am going to rub this. That's why I am writing these equations that side. So we are getting m1g minus of T1 is equals to what? m1a here, equation number 1, and T2 minus of m2 times g is going to give us what? M2 times acceleration A. This is our equation number second, we can say. So we are getting that equation 1 here and equation 2. Right up to here. Now I am going to rub this. This we have seen. Of course, the student T1 and T2 will be different because of that mass of the pulley. Now we are saying, let alpha is that angular acceleration. What? Angular acceleration of pulley. Why angular acceleration will come? Because pulley is rotating. Pulley is rotating, so that angular acceleration will come, and we are assuming the mass, so we will look into these cases, otherwise that mass time acceleration will become 0, no force will act on that. So this angular acceleration, student, alpha will be that linear acceleration divided by r, where r is denoting the radius of that pulley. R is denoting the radius of that pulley. That our angular acceleration will be equal to linear acceleration divided by radius. Okay, this we will look in that circular motion, since we have not talked about that. So for the time you can remember this, that our alpha will be that A by R, linear acceleration divided by radius. And you can say R is your radius of pulley. MP was what? Mass of pulley. MP was that mass of pulley. These things we have assumed. Tau is that torque acting on pulley. Torque, you guys will be aware about that torque, I think. And capital I, you can say MOI. What? MOI is what? Moment of inertia, student. Moment of inertia of pulley. I is what? Moment of inertia of pulley. And student, this moment of inertia for a disc of uniform mass, a pulley will be a kind of disc. So for a disc of uniform mass, our moment of inertia I will be half times that mass of that disc, and that mass of the disc we are saying that pulley. So mass is that MP, we are denoting by capital MP, times the square of the radius, mr square, half mr square. Okay, these things we will study in that rotational motion. So it will come there. For the time, this also you can remember. Right up to here. These things are coming here when we will move for the other chapters. These things become more clear to you for the time you can remember this. So these things we have assumed. Now I am going to drop this. So look student, that whatever that torque will act, torque, you guys will be aware that while are we that opening a door, we are providing a force into perpendicular distance, torque will produce there. While are we that pulling or pushing the door, because of that rotation, so torque will be what? Force times the perpendicular distance. So here at any time t, at any time, what are the force? What is the force which is acting on that pulley? So that force will be what? T1 minus T2. At any time, now that T1 minus T2 will act. Okay, and okay, this force is acting something like this. Okay, T1 minus T2 at any time of that rotation. T1 is more than T2, and this radius R will give us what? Perpendicular distance. Force into perpendicular distance will give us what? Torque produced in that body. So this torque should be equals to this. Getting? It will be what? Actually, it will be that cross product. We will say that as our cross product. We will study in that vectors, there will be that dot product and cross product, so it will be that cross product. So cross product of that force and this distance, perpendicular distance we can say. Now force into distance we will say, for the perpendicular distance it will become F and D. Why? Because for that cross product student, you guys will look, this will be what? R sin theta. You will study these things in vectors, but for the time now, please now do these things what I am going to say to you. T1 minus T2, this cross product will become times R sin theta. And since that any time this T1 minus T2 force was acting on it and this was R, so this is perpendicular. It is perpendicular. So what is sin 90 student? Sin 90 is your what? 1 only. So this will come out T1 minus T2 R. So for a perpendicular distance, that our torque will be what? Force times the perpendicular distance. Okay. So this will come. But now we will say that it is the cross product. Okay. Force and distance. So this tau is going to come here. This and that rotational motion will say us that this tau should be equals to what? I alpha. This tau should be equals to what? I alpha. I we have seen that was equals to half times the mass of that pulley and square of that radius. Alpha I have told you that will be linear acceleration divided by R. So that will be equals to what? 1 by 2 mass of that pulley. This R will get cancelled out with this R times what? Linear acceleration. At the place of that angular acceleration, we have converted that into the linear acceleration. Angular acceleration will be linear acceleration divided by radius. Okay. So these expressions we are getting here, tau. So we can relate this to that one which is making us. Now I am not writing the equations. Okay, you can write as well. Equation 3, equation 4. From equation 3 and equation 4, what you guys will get? Our T1 minus T2 times R should be equals to what? Half of that mass of that pulley, radius of that pulley, multiplied by what? A, linear acceleration. This R will get cancelled off, and what you guys will get? T1 minus T2 will be equal to what? 1 by 2 mass of that pulley times A. Getting? So this expression we will get here. Think. tau will be what? That cross product of force and displacement, force and distance. Cross product will say us that this cross, when you will remove, sin theta will come. So sin 90, since here that between the force and the distance 90 is present, so sin 90 will become 1, and this expression you will get of that tau. Rotational motion will say us that tau should be equal to what? I alpha. I is moment of inertia. Moment of inertia for a disk will be equal to half times the mass into r square. So that we have written here. Angular acceleration in circular motion will say that it is linear acceleration divided by radius. So that we have done. R will get cancelled out, and this expression will get, when we will relate that, we will get T1 minus T2 is equal to this much. Okay. So from here we are getting our T1 minus T2 is equals to 1 by 2 mass of that pulley times acceleration. Okay, linear acceleration. I am rubbing this. Equation 1 and 2 is present here. We want T1 minus T2. So here that what can we do? We can add them. So adding equation 1 and equation 2. Okay, when you will add it, what will you get? M1G minus of T1, left side we will add, plus T2 minus M2G. This will become equal to what? M1A plus M2A. Getting? Next, what can we do? That G we can take as common, so M1 minus M2 will come from this and this. And since we want T1 minus T2 here, T2 minus T1 is present, so we can take minus as our common, and it will become T2 minus T1. And this will be equal to M1A plus M2A. At the place of T2 minus T1, what can we put, student? This. Okay, that you can assume as our equation number 5. So you guys will get G M1 minus M2 minus of this, what? At the place of T2 minus T1, what you will put? 1 by 2 mass of that pulley and linear acceleration equals to M1A plus M2A here. Next, what can you do? That G M1 minus M2, you can left on that left side only. This you can bring to the right side. So it will become 1 by 2 mass of pulley A plus M1A plus M2A. Next, what can you think to do? You can think to take A as your common, since we want that acceleration. So when we will take A as common, it will become mass of pulley divided by 2 plus M1 plus M2 here. I'm rubbing outside. You can have this screenshot up to here. So what we guys will get here? We will get that our acceleration will come out. Acceleration will come out G times M1 minus M2. M1 is more, so M1 minus M2 divided by mass of that pulley divided by 2 plus M1 plus M. Getting? Yes. So it will come out the acceleration. So student, we have come to know what will be that our acceleration, and now we will solve it for that tension. So that from this is our equation 1, this one is our equation number 2. So from equation number 1, what can you do from equation number 1? Our T1 will be equals to what, student? T1 will be equals to what? M1G. M1 times A you will bring to the other side. This will come. So it will become M1G minus m1 at the place of a, what you will write? m1 minus m2 g divided by what? Mass of that pulley divided by 2 plus m1 plus m2. Now solve it. When you will solve it, it will become m1, this mass of that pulley divided by 2 g plus this m1 square g will come plus m1 m2 g. You guys will get here. Here what you will get? Minus of m1 square g, m1 into m1 m square, and this g m1 square g, and minus minus will become plus, so m1 m2 g divided by what? This mp divided by 2 plus m1 plus m2. This will get cancelled out, minus and plus will get cancelled out, and m1, okay, so this will become m1 mp by 2 times g plus m1 m2 g. m1 and m2 g is present, so 2 times m1 m2 g will come divided by what? Mass of pulley divided by 2 plus m1 plus m2. Okay, rubbing outside. So next what can you do? That our tension will be equals to, you can take m1g common from here, m1g common from here, and m1g common, so what will be left here? Mass of that pulley divided by 2 plus 2 times of m2 divided by what? Mass of that pulley divided by 2 plus m1 plus m2. Okay, so this is the tension T1 you guys will get here. Right up to here. Next students, we will solve for that T2. So from equation 2, that your T2 will be equals to what, student? That m2g plus m2a here only. So it will come out m2g here plus m2 at the place of a. What you will write? These expressions we have got, and m1 minus m2 g divided by m1 plus m2 plus this mass of that pulley divided by 2. When you will multiply this all, what you guys will get? This will become m1 m2 g here plus m2 square g plus this m2 mass of that pulley divided by 2 times g here, and plus is here, so, and it is what? m2 is here, so m2 m1 g and minus of m2 square g will come divided by m1 plus m2 plus mp divided by 2. This will get cancelled out, student, here. Okay, and m1 and m2 g, m1 and m2 g will become what? 2 times. I am rubbing this upside, so this will become, this our T2 will come out what? Twice of m1 m2 g, twice of m1 m2 g plus this m2g, m2 by mass of that pulley divided by 2 divided by what, student? m1 plus m2 plus this mp divided by 2. It's better to write masses in the same way. Okay, this. Okay, now I am rubbing this as well. So what can you think to take common from here? You can think to take as your common T2 as equal to that what? Twice of that, no, not twice, m2g you can take as your common, and m2g when you will take as your common, student, what you will get? m2g twice of m1 plus mass of that pulley divided by 2 divided by what? m1 plus m2 plus mass of that pulley divided by 2. These expressions we will get here. Okay, and write. Okay. What I have done, I have changed that M1 to M2. So no need of that performing this was task was present there. If that problem is coming, so at the place of M1, what we will write? M2. At the place of M2, what you will write? M2. The same expression you are going to get. Here is not 2, student. Here is mass of that pulley. Mass of pulley. Anything, anywhere else? Okay, I think this expression you guys will get. Okay, of course this when mass of the pulley will become that 0, when that massless pulley will come, so that m1 minus m2g upon divided by m1 plus m2 you will get as your acceleration. Look at to the problem number second. I have given to you today in that recapitulation. The same expression of the acceleration was present there, and that when you will making that massless pulley, so that T1 was coming equals to twice of m1 plus m2 divided by m1 plus m2. This will become 0. And T2 was also coming equal to what, student? Twice of m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2. So the both tensions were same in that case. So you can go to that and can analyze these things. Write it to here. Look, student, that when were we talking about that pulley with mass, so that tau I was getting equals to what, student? T1 minus T2 times what? Radius r. And that tau also I have told you that will be equal to what? I alpha. What was I, student, for a disk? That half of that mass times the square of that radius. Mr square, half mr square for a disk. We will have the moment of inertia of this, and for the time now you are not changing alpha this. So for massless pulley, what? Massless pulley, what? MP is what? MP is 0. Mass of that pulley is what? 0. So tau will be equal to what? 0. This you can say from equation 2. This is as equation number 1. From equation number 2, you can say that tau will be equal to 0. Now from equation 1, what you will get when tau is equal to 0? So 0 is equal to T1 minus T2 times of that R, which will give you what? T1 is equal to T2. Isn't? This T1 will become T2 in the case of that for massless pulley. Okay. So when are we considering the mass of that pulley? So tension in the same string at the different ends will be different, and when we are assuming that the massless pulley, then in that case the tension at the different ends of that pulley, different ends of that string will be same. Getting? I think idea I have given to you. You can think about these things. We will solve more and more things about this, and we will look at to the cases when this will come there. And enough for today. Thank you all.